In this video, we want to solve this quadratic equation using the quadratic formula and by factoring. The main three methods, of course, are factoring, quadratic formula, and the method of completing the square. Now, if you're given a choice, you always want to do the factoring first. So in this case, we want to do factoring first. Doesn't matter, quadratic formula also. Let's see if this factors. One side is 0, and that's what we need to have. And we got a trinomial here on the left side. So factors of 2x squared would be 2x and x. Factors of 5 are 5 and 1. And because we have a negative here and a positive 2 here, the lead term, the signs here have to be the same, both minus. Then the only factors of 5 are 1 and 5 or 5 and 1. So we can try, say, 5 and 1 here. Let's check it. X times 2x is 2x squared. Minus 1 times a minus 5 is a plus 5. Let's check the middle term. Minus 5x there. And over here, minus 2x, that's minus 7. So that checks out. So now we simply say we have a product of two factors equal to 0. That means one factor has to be 0. Or they can both be 0. So we set these factors equal to 0. And then we solve each. So adding 5 to both sides here, we get 2x is equal to 5. Divide both sides by 2. We get x is equal to 5 halves. And here we add 1 to both sides to solve this equation. This cancels, we get x equal to 1. So the two solutions then we have are x equal to 5 halves or x equal to 1. We can put that in a solution set, or you can leave it like that. And of course you can go through and check it. Plug in 5 halves for x here. You should get what's on the right side, which is 0. Plug in a 1 here. You should get 0. And we do. So those work out. Now let's try the quadratic formula. So here's the quadratic formula here. And this can be used anytime you have an equation in this format here. The right side has to be 0. Obviously, if you don't have a square term, it's not a quadratic equation. So that's just linear. In this case, we do. The a here would be 2. The b, coefficient of the x, would be a minus 7. And the c would be 5. And then we just plug it into this formula here. So x is equal to, it has a minus b, so it's the opposite of whatever b is, and b is negative 7. So this will be 7. Positive 7. Plus or minus, and then it's the square root of b squared. And b is negative 7. So we have negative 7 squared, and then it's a minus 4 ac. A is 2, and c is 5. And that's over 2 times a here. And of course a is 2. So this will give me 7 plus or minus the square root. Negative 7 squared is 49. We have 2 times 5 under here is 10 times a 4. Okay, minus 40 here. And that's over 4. So this is going to be 7 plus or minus. This is 49 minus 40 is 9. The square root of 9 is 3. So we get this. So that means that x can equal to 7 plus 3 over 4, which is 10 then. 7 plus 3 is 10, that's over 4. And then it's 7 minus 3, the plus and the minus. So 7 minus 3 is 4, and 4 over 4 is 1. And then we just reduce this. 10 over 4 divided by 2 here, numerator and denominator. I get 5 over 2 and 1. So x can equal to 5 halves or 1, which is the same answer that we got using the factoring method. And of course, if you use the method of completing the square, you should get the same thing. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.